Test 1, 2.
Now I got something. Yeah.
All right, we're joined by the WKU Hilltoppers. They advance to the semifinals tomorrow against the winner of Marshall and Southern Miss. We have head coach Rick Stansberry and student athletes Tavion Hollinsworth and Josh Anderson. And we will begin with an opening statement from Coach.
Well, first off, North Texas has had a great year. And last night they were terrific. Gibson was really good, and it was kind of a home area for them. Had a great crowd there, so give Coach a lot of credit. He did a great job with that team this year. I was proud of the way our guys came out and responded. I always said that first game is a hard game, particularly when you're playing against another team that's already played one. That's always a hard one. They had played last night. They just didn't play. They played well, shot that ball tremendously well. We knew tonight we couldn't let Gibson get 7 3-pointers. And I think the only 3-pointer he made was 10 seconds to go in that game, Coach Parker. That's the only one he made, 10 seconds ago. Am I right on that, guys? That's a huge, huge stat. These two guys, Josh, Tavion, they locked in, and I did a terrific job on him. I thought it all started at the defensive end for us. We gave up 15, 16 points at halftime. I thought we were really locked in. I thought we did a good job keeping Woodridge out of that paint, creating for people. And again, it was a great team effort. Proud of the guys. That's one game. Got to put behind you in a hurry and get ready for the next one.
Questions for our student athletes?
Coach, how important was it to get off to a hot start?
You want Coach?
Oh,
No, I want players. I want players.
Players, here we go.
Tavion, how much did this game against North Texas feel like the last game against them?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Last game we was kind of up a little bit and we let them come back. And this game, we just was yelling in the huddle. We got to finish the game. Feel me? Especially in the locker room. We've been in multiple situations like that, and we kind of let it slip. But it's not that time.
Telling you the truth, last game you didn't have Coach yelling at you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Coach wasn't even there. I forgot about that.
Coach yelled at him this game.
There was one play early in the second half where they had cut it, I think, to 13, and then you guys come out and you pass to Charles, to Monte, to you for a 3. I feel like your guys' response to that run really took a lot of the momentum back in the game.
Yeah, I feel like it was a good run, Team's going to go on runs. It's just you got to find ways to get around that and overcome it, and that's what we did.
In the back.
Tavion, it looked like first part, Josh really started out, going to the basket strong, getting to the line. Seemed like then you kind of took the torch, carried it from there. Did Josh's aggressiveness spur you on and get you going as well?
Yeah, I ain't never seen somebody shoot 9 free throws in the first half. So seeing him being aggressive made me want to be aggressive too, and, it worked out.
Here in the front.
Josh, you struggled a little bit from the field, but you were living at the line. Did you just have that, kind of like Mike was saying, did you just have that attacking mindset just throughout the game, knowing that you could get to the line at will?
Yeah, definitely. That's pretty much my game, and Coach always tells me just stay aggressive. So anytime I feel like I can drive to the lane, that's what I'm going to do.
And for Josh or Tavion, how well did Lamonte do it kind of distributing the ball tonight? He ended up with 8 assists, but kind of not looking at the statistics, how did you guys kind of feel just out there with him tonight? And I guess how much did it seem like he wanted you guys to succeed?
He's a facilitator, He's a guard that don't really care about scoring, and every team needs a guard like that. He looks to pass at all times, and that's what we need.
Josh, I know you had to come off the bench the last game. The way you started this one, did you almost play like you had something to prove?
Well, it's conference tournament, so you win and you go home. So anytime we step out on the court, we're gonna come out and play our hardest.
All right, we'll let Josh and Tavion get back to the locker room, and we'll continue with questions for Coach. Thank you, guys.
What's that score out there? Anybody got a score?
70-68, Southern Miss with 3:30 to go.
70-68, Southern Miss, 3 minutes ago. Okay.
In the back.
Questions? He had a question for Coach.
Excuse my misstep earlier. How important was it to get off to that fast start that y'all got off to tonight?
Well, it's always good when you can do that. Gives you a lot of confidence, particularly your first game, on the road here at County, after they've played a game. And it gives you some confidence, a lot of confidence. So it's very important for us. Yes, sir, Mike.
Rick, I'm not saying if the first half was your best defensive effort of the season, but did it rank up there for the season?
Well, we were pretty good. We were. I thought we were locked in as one. They scored, 16 points? 16 points. They shot 25%. Gibson hadn't scored, I don't think, or did he have 2 at halftime? Did Gibson have 2 at halftime? And that's part of the adjustment we made this game from the last game. We had Tavion on Woodridge last game. We put Tavion on Gibson because Gibson's really been playing well, and put Monte on Woodridge. Thought that really helped us. I thought we had good play from our bench. Played our bench some minutes. There's 4 guys there with double plus minutes. You don't see that a lot from our team. I think they added 12 points tonight. If we can get 12 points from our bench, that's huge for us.
On the right.
Coach, obviously at halftime you guys were up by 15, so you can expect that North Texas was going to come out with more energy, try and punch you guys in the face. What do you think was most important in making sure you guys put them away in the second half?
Your name is?
Olivia.
Olivia. We've been in that situation a lot of times this year, and I think everybody watches college basketball enough on TV. 15, 16 points at halftime, 15 means nothing nowadays. It's just not like it used to be. 15 points, you can erase it in about three or four trips in a hurry. And again, we've been in that situation. Our challenge was, again, can we come out and play with that kind of energy and effort to finish a game off on the road? Someone made a comment. They came out. I think they cut it to 13. Is that as low as they got?
13.
I think we got a timeout, and I think a big key to that run, we came out and scored 5 straight. Hit a 3 and scored a 2 to go back up 18. That was huge for us right there. And from that point on, never felt like they really threatened us a whole lot.
And, you mentioned your team's ability to guard Gibson earlier, but Charles Bassey also did a really good job on Simmons. I believe he only had 2 points at the half, 1 for 5 from the field. What did you see from him and Tolu tonight that kind of helped lock down a guy who went perfect from the field last night?
Well, Charles, he's able to guard people one-on-one. And what I mean by that, we don't have to help off shooters. We trust him in there, letting people go at him. He's been pretty good there. He blocked a few shots. Different than last night, I think he had 18 points, 16 rebounds. But I know Florida International switched a lot, and he ended up with a perimeter guy on him a bunch in there. We didn't do that at all. We kept Charles on him, and different than last night, their game plan was to go at Florida International inside. Tonight, it wasn't their game plan. It's not an advantage they had going to Charles Bassey. And when the big boy did catch it, for the most part, Charles did a pretty good job on it. 8 points. 8 points.
Last question in the back.
Rick, when your team plays defense and plays with this type of energy, how tough is it going to be to beat them moving forward?
Well, again, you guys have seen us play a lot. When we can make a few shots, Tavion can make a few shots, you know what that does for your defense, the energy it gives you. When we have to come down and grind so much and have to count on getting that ball to that post every time, there's just no margin for error, 0. And can we make a few shots? Didn't make a lot, but 5. Hey, 5 for us is not bad. But I think the good thing tonight was we're able to get out, get stops, get out and transition some. Get that foul line a bunch. That's always big for us. Mike.
Rick, both teams are in the same situation pretty much, but do do you treat the short turnaround kind of like what you went through last season when you played the Bahamas?
We'll treat it the same way we did here last year, Mike.
Gotcha.
How's that one?
Okay.
I don't even remember the Bahamas.
Okay.
It's 3 games here, right? Last year when we played second game, Mike, which
I thought it was at night.
9
It was
Fine.
afternoon.
Was it?
afternoon game.
Yeah.
Who was it? Okay.
Mike, did you come in with us last year?
No, Dominique and Chad.
Well, you can't be asked a question like that if you wasn't here with us.
Sorry.
So, Mike, we're gonna treat it like we've been doing. I don't remember maybe over there in that tournament this year. Did we play night afternoon games? What did we do?
It was night.
Night.
Day off.
And whatever it is, that team playing out there, they got to play under the same circumstances that we have to play. So we finished 30 minutes earlier than they did. So it won't be no factor, no fatigue. It'll be a quick turnaround. You know, this time of the year, this game ain't real complicated. It's not real complicated. You know, it's that team, first off, can step up and make some shots, and that team can find that energy, man. Can find that energy to go out and play. You know, everybody's playing. When you lose, you go home. There's a lot of urgency right now. Our team has been pretty good in urgency situations for the most part. Whoever wins this game, both of them are really good. You know, Southern Miss is playing as well as anybody in the league, and so is Marshall. I guess they've won 6, 7 in a row right now. And Elmore himself is capable of beating you. We saw that last year. So we're happy to get into the second round. We'll put this one behind us in a hurry and get ready for the next one tomorrow at 3 o'clock.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations.
Yep.
Okay, we have North Texas head coach Grant McCasland and student athlete Zachary Simmons, and we'll get an opening statement from Coach.
Credit to Western Kentucky, what a great start they had. And they were physical defensively to start the game and really just took it to us. We got sped up, and, I really, honestly, just being honest, I did a terrible job to start that game. I just didn't give us a chance to win. And I had a few good looks, but we got sped up and just didn't play with enough composure early, and then the game got away from us pretty quickly. And we had opportunities to respond, and then unfortunately at that point looked a little fatigued, and shots weren't going down for us, and started pressing and probably played a little too fast down the stretch. But give them credit; they were physical, and they did a good job defensively. And I was so proud of our guys, man.
Questions for our student athlete?
Zach, do you just not have enough firepower to keep up with those guys in a high tempo?
Oh, that's not it at all. We have a lot of talent on this team. A lot of guys that are working hard. They play hard. Shots just didn't fall, and we didn't get enough stops tonight.
Obviously, guys like Mike and Ryan nursing injuries. You've had Duff out for stretches this season. Just talk about the fight that this team has had through the season, and going through the stretches y'all had.
It's incredible. Guys are really playing through things people could barely live with, and that's just really inspiring for our team as a whole. Guys that aren't playing right now. Our younger guys. Just seeing that in our senior leadership is really big, and it's a great foundation for what we have moving forward.
Zach, you guys played so well last night and had a lot of momentum coming into tonight. Tell us a little bit about the mindset of the team and what you guys were thinking going into this game facing a very good opponent.
We owed them one. They had come in and beat us on our home floor, and so we were really looking about that. But we had no doubt that we were going to be playing on Saturday. So this was definitely a tough one. But it happens.
What did you see in how they were defending y'all, y'all's ball screens, and was it any different to when y'all first played them?
It wasn't really too much of a difference. We had a really good game plan coming in. We just missed some shots. Kind of got sped up a little bit at points in time, but other than that, we were ready for it.
Such a great start to the season, you guys, to start 16-1, and it seemed like it got away from you guys down the stretch. Is it just disappointing to get to the end of having it end this way in the conference tournament?
For sure. No matter how the season was going, we always expect a championship level from our team. So to not be competing for that is real tough for us, but.
All right, we'll let Zach get back to the locker room, and we'll continue with questions for Coach.
Coach, you mentioned that you didn't give your team a chance to win. Can you elaborate on why you feel that way?
Yeah, and Western Kentucky has a lot to do with it. I thought their energy and their size and their athleticism, just for example, we tried to, have a forward entry at the elbow, and Anderson stole it, came from the corner, and they did a good job of picking spots to be aggressive on our ball screen and our roll. We probably tried to make too big of a play. I wish I'd have got more movement offensively, even if maybe we'd have got it later in the clock, maybe tried to keep our composure and let it, because the game finally opened up. Their energy, we were able to put ourselves in a better position, but they got great players. When they needed it, we got it kind of close, and then they go and make a tough elbow jumper. And we did make a few adjustments after the first part of the game to give us a better chance defensively, but when you have to walk it up against a team that's that good and has that much size, it's going to be difficult to score. And we were banged up, we had guys, that's what all of it, everybody has things as a part of their season. They have different stories and things that are happening, but, what Zach said is genuine. I left unbelievably inspired with a few of our guys that played through some things and wanted to play. and did whatever they could to help the team win. And when you're a part of those journeys with those, it's just things that these guys will be able to take with them. And, I mean, that's where it hurts for me, because I didn't feel like if I could have kept us a little more composed, and I got into it with some calls, and I was, trying to, we had a few good looks early with some guys, and kind of zapped a little bit of our confidence, and that's where I wish I would have been a little more prepared and helped our team. And that's, you look at those seniors in that locker room, that's the way I'm going to approach it. I got to do a lot of things better to help put them in better positions when things aren't going right. And I hate it for those guys that their season ended and our season ended tonight the way it did. But Western Kentucky was a big part of that. They got great players and got a great defense.
You guys bought into a tournament last year. Do you think that might be a possibility this year?
Honestly, we had all our sights on playing in the NCAA tournament and winning this tournament. So at this point, I mean, it's not anything I've even considered, honestly.
Thank you, Coach.